1, 2, 3. All right, there we go. Now you can hear me. All right, I got to add one more microphone here. Stand by. Got to do this here. We're doing a lot of different things here. And box number 2, we're going to go to this one and apply. Hit OK. Hey, there we go. All righty. All righty. We got some stuff going on. I don't know what we're going to do with this stuff, but we're going to do this as kind of a fun thing today. That's what we're going to do. And I need to get some other stuff up. So let me get this thing looping here. So we got some multiple tornado warnings out here. And going to watch this closely. Not really caring if we get a whole lot. Big thing is for us to do this stuff here. Got tornado warning, tornado warning, tornado. We got several cells in here. Good rotation with these warnings all lined up here going through New York State right now. Very good helicity in here. Good dynamics, good support for these thunderstorms. These are the remnants of Beryl moving up here through the areas up here into New England. So we're going to watch very closely here how this thing develops here. I'm going to get my other stuff up. So let me switch over to something else. I'm going to go into my watches and warnings here real quick. And let me make sure this is updated because it darn sure doesn't look updated. So let's make sure this thing's updated here. Hit refresh. And I want to get this over here so I can get this going. There's no way that's correct. I can tell that's not right. Oh, Lord, that's not right at all. Anyway, we'll fix this. Here's our storm track trend here, just to kind of show you what's going on. I got to get my other boxes here up and going. I want to do that real quick. Let's do that. Let's get this other stuff up here. DR level 3. Get that going here. Boom, boom, boom. And let's get the radar scope where you're at. Let's look at radar scope. Get that going too. I like to have all my stuff up and around here. There we go. Oh, not radar mega. I want radar scope, dumber. Radar scope. There we go. Trying to get all my stuff up and going here. So, all right, here's GR level 3. You go full. And we want, ooh, where did my radar mega go? Now radar mega shut down. That's not fun. Come on. Now you're there. Boom, 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 boom. Well, I'm not seeing it for some reason. Weird. Very, very weird. Let's do split screen. Kind of looking at all the different radars here. Go back over here. There we go. Alrighty then. Now, I don't know. Let me test my chat. Yeah. Make sure it's gone. Boom. There it is. Boom. Chat Ninja's working. We are up. We are fully functional. It would have been nice to have this yesterday. And it shows up in Streamlabs. All right. Outstanding. And somebody said, screw you. I'm gonna drop you right now while you're on playing around. All righty, guys. How y'all doing today? We'll see if anybody tunes in today. We're kind of a little late to the party because I had to go to a VA appointment today. That's what I had to do first, unfortunately. I had to do that. And now I am done. And move this down here. Guys, got any questions? Just watch what's going on. We are fully up and functional here. We're watching what's going on with this active severe weather here moving through parts of New York State right now. It is got several tornado warnings out here. We do got get some chasers out here. Brandon's out here getting the chase on. Not the best part of the country to chase, I'll tell you that right now. But you know, you got to do what you got to do here. So he's up there chasing, but you got several of these tornado warnings here along with this boundary. This is what's kind of left, kind of wrapping around the remnants of, again, what was Beryl. So we've got this activity here. Oops, let me get this off here. I need to get where is my full thing here? Where did I put that thing? Hold on a second. I got to figure out where I put my. I'll put it right here. So let me switch you over to this. And here we go. So get out of here. Get out of the way. Get. All right. All right, so we got several. We got one tornado warning. Well, this one just expanded. We got a new warning right here. Just came out. Here's another warning here. So we got a couple areas we're going to investigate here in just a second. We'll look at this one. We'll look at this cell down here. So we got two warnings to walk right here. Got another one down here south. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 warnings, all of them down that line. We're getting some pretty good spin, some helicity in here as this is kind of moving off toward the east, coming into Auburn, into Ithaca there, and up toward Clay. So let's do a little analysis. Let's go ahead and step into this, and we'll take a look and see what's going on here on the high velocity mode here. And we'll see the signature. That's a pretty good signature here. It's all kind of on the south side. I guess they're focusing in over here. It also looks like some spin up in here as well. So we've got a couple of areas we're watching there right now. One thing about tropical systems, I'll say, when they move inland and stuff, and you do start getting some spin ups, they tend to be relatively weak. They're not overly strong as far as the max wind speed. Not like we're talking about like during a big severe weather event like that. It's a little bit different. So, but you can still get some pretty good wind reports. Look at some of these wind reports here. Tree down on a road. There over there. Here, got another one. Power lines in Canada. Boy, I love these Indian names. I don't even try to get that one down. Power lines down there as well. So you get some strong gusty winds in here. That's for sure. As we got this new warning. This is radar. All this is radar indicated right now. This is for southeastern Wayne County, Cayuga County, and southwestern Oswego County until 4 o'clock. Again, that storm is moving northeast at 45. That's all along that line right there as we're seeing these storms moving on through New York State. You see they kind of backbuilt here also down into Pennsylvania as well. Got this warning. This one getting expired in about 60 minutes. And keep in mind, if you see anything out there that says possible tornado, that means there's some helicity, there's spin there on that line as we're kind of watching this whole line here coming through New York State. But that's impressive. 1, 2, 3, 4 different tornado warnings in that area right now. We'll switch over to this other radar. If you got any questions, please don't hesitate to leave them down below. And as always, we'd like for you to share, leave a comment, do the fun stuff. I know we got a lot. I'm going against a lot of people out there doing their weather streams right now, and I'm kind of late to the party because I had a doctor's appointment I had to go to, unfortunately, and had to go into that. So let me check in here to the velocity again here. We'll check in here. Yeah, there's definitely something rotation in and out of that cell right there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's showing it pretty nicely. Got a nice little rotation right through there. Also a nice little clunk of lightning with that, for sure, with that moving on in. Hey, James, good to see you, brother. Yeah, we did hit the 4,000. We did hit it. That was the good news there. And I just built this over here on my wall here, although I got to take that thing down when I get ready to do it. But I do have the weather wall now over here on my severe weather platform. There are 2 different slideshows that I got. So here's a little rotation right through here. You can see it kind of coming out of this county and going, and here's a new warning that just came out. So this is kind of, I don't know, there's multiple ones that they issued that big one here. Now they're issuing this one here to the south. So let me get the specifics on that one real quick as that's moving on in there. Let's look at that real fast. That just popped up while I was right at the wall. So this is radar indicated 1-inch hail in there. This is for north central, is that Seneca County and Cayuga County. I'm going to butcher some of these some of these Indian names to say the least. This storm's moving east at 30 miles per hour. So again, right up in there, you can see that very, very fine. Let me go in a little bit tighter here. That's near Montezuma National Park. It's kind of right in between the 2 of them there. You can see that very well right through here, coming into Montezuma here, going right through the park. So that's really, oh boy, they definitely got something swirling around in there. This is coming off to the east. Weedsport, Senate, Thrope, all these areas need to watch out as this moves on in here. You kind of get these weak little spin ups and they'll go up one and come down, that kind of thing. They're not, like I said, tropical system storms. These are a little bit different than, say, the supercell storms you get out in the plain states during the severe weather season. Just a little different. James, hey, yeah, we got to go to 5,000, man. We definitely need to go to 5,000. I don't know when we're going to get there. Yeah, we did make it to that goal. We got there. We got to 4,000. Well, now we got to try to get to 5,000. And as you're coming in to watch the channel right now, please do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, man. Join the Weather Nerds family, man. We're trying to get this thing up and going. Be nice to try to get 4 today. If we can get 4. I'm really late to doing this. I already know there's a lot of folks out there streaming, doing coverage on this. So our little small channel won't get a whole lot of attention from the YouTube algorithm. Won't show us a lot of love. No, we're a little late to the party. So, but that's all right. That's okay. What today I'm doing here, and I was trying to do this yesterday. is to use the weather wall a little bit, test all my little settings here for this slideshow, which is different from the tropical one. So it's a little bit different. And I wanted to see how the things were going in there. So, you know, yesterday YouTube was not letting me in at all. I have no idea what the problem was. I was doing everything right, and then today it's working fine. So I don't know what the deal was yesterday. I got to admit, that was a little bit aggravating, just a little. And right now, there ain't a soul watching me right now. So like I said, we're testing this right now, but I'm way late to try to do anything on this. If I wanted to do a live broadcast here, I would have put in the stuff and done all the stuff earlier. So we might take this down and delete it later. You know, it's okay. It's all right. It's a good test, though. But we got a number of warnings out there right now. So let me go back over here. And what I do need to do, there's a couple things I do need to turn back on, is my warning count. James, are you staying there, buddy? You know what's funny is that you're putting stuff on there, but you're not even showing up as a concurrent viewer. That's kind of weird. All right. We got lucky here in North Texas, which is by Beaumont. Texas lost power at your house, about 10 hours. Yeah, the utility crews, they get in there. They don't waste no time, man. They don't waste no time in there whatsoever when they get in there. It was good to see them get in there. But the one thing I'm working on next, and I'll let you know this, James, since you're on here talking with me, I am working on doing what I'm calling Weather Nerds Extra. And what it's going to be, I'm going to set up this screen a little different where there'll be me and somebody else, a couple of weather expert friends of mine that'll be on there. And then we'll have some slides down below. We're going to talk about like the tropics and specific events and things that'll come up. So we're going to add that to that. That'll be a nice little extra here to add to the channel. I don't think I'll spin it off as its own channel, but it'll have its own obviously file. It'll be Weather Nerds Extra. It'll be the stuff on there. So we'll watch that closely. And I'm looking forward to that. Got a new tornado warning. New tornado warning just came out. Just came out right now. This is over near High Peaks Wilderness. Radar indicated here. This is for south central Franklin County and west central Essex. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was 7 miles north of Newcomb, moving east at 25 on that. Let me switch over to velocity mode. Check this out. Oh, yeah, that's showing up very nice in there. Very nice indeed. You can see that rotation right through there. Look at it spin up. Boom, right there at the end there. Let me switch this. I'm going to back this off to 7 frames real quick. All right. That is definitely something to look at there, to say the least. I need to turn that off. Where is that stupid thing? I got to go in there and find that in a minute, but I'll find that in a second. But you can see that very, very well. Look at this, man. I'll tell you, you got the spin up right through here. You see the winds kind of flowing around here, right in the middle of that warning area, coming in toward the Higher Peaks Wilderness and the Mount Redland. So this is kind of, doesn't look like high populated area in here. So that's the good news if you're in this part of that county, obviously, for those 2 counties. So that's some good news there. Watching that. Oh, even another. Ooh, that looks like something spin up here to the south. Wow, I just noticed that when I was sitting down. Image here. This looks like something down here. So you've got 2 areas here to kind of watch here. Is this moving off toward the east? 25 miles per hour. That's moving off to the east there with that system. So let's go back over to reflectivity mode again on this. That's moving on over. What'd you say, James? Oh, cool. Hey, I'll take a look at that later, man. That'll look pretty cool. Let's go back over to reflectivity mode. Pull this back out. We got multiple warnings in here, man. I mean, New York State's just getting pounded pretty good. I got to admit, the models did a pretty good job on this, what they were showing when I was looking at the high resolution stuff earlier. Definitely the dynamics and stuff were there. Hey, if you're new to the channel and if you're passing on through, please do me a favor. Please hit that subscribe button. And if you could, give me a thumbs up. Helps with the algorithm. I'm late to the party. I was at a VA appointment, unfortunately. Got back home, saw the stuff that was going on. Was trying to do coverage yesterday, but YouTube would not let me in. It was an error on their part because it's working fine today. Yesterday would not let me in. I was not happy about that one bit, especially with everything that was going on yesterday. So anyway, you do what you got to do. You do what you can control, right? And that's for sure. But I need to get some of my other stuff up here going here. So let's check this real quick. Where's my counter? My counter's not working here. Oh, let's go back up here. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's definitely the wrong one. Where's my another counter here? My counter's missing. That's it. but I'm not sure why. Let me see if I can grab that and see if I can get this thing to work. Sometimes it'll be a little flaky. You get a little flaky, and you just got to do what you got to do. No, I'm not seeing it. Hey, thanks for a new subscriber. Who you got there? Trained Spotter April Godell. Well, thank you for joining the family. Thank you for coming on the YouTube channel. I do appreciate that a lot. Hopefully, once I get all my bugs worked out, we're going to have a good channel for you guys here in the near future. We're kind of building this a little at a time. We're getting there, though. We're getting there very slowly. If you are watching now, let me know where you're watching from. If you got a question, please use the chat. I can pull up your chat. We can talk about it. We can do some good stuff here. Boy, look at all these flood waters out here across Canada. They got hit with some pretty good heavy rains left over from Beryl. And this is the remnants of Beryl, by the way, that's moving up this way. This is the one that was setting off all that severe weather we had down in Tennessee and back toward Missouri. And then, of course, a lot of activity when it made landfall today there across Louisiana and stuff. So that was a pretty busy weather day, to say the least. Let's go back in here toward the stuff down here with these multiple warnings here. Let me look back here on the high velocity mode. And let me look at storm relative. Let's look at the storm relative velocity here. Let's look at that. Yeah, that does not showing up very well. That's what happens with that stuff. But that's looks like a little bit something down near Auburn Senate. Look at that right there, dead center. Let's look at the winds on this. Let me stop that. We'll take a look at some of the. Yeah, look at that. Ooh, 63 mile per hour winds showing up in there. That's a pretty good winds, man. 62, 60, 58, 60 mile per hour winds. Hey, good to see you there, my lady from Ireland. I'm not gonna mispronounce your name again. You know that, right? You know I am. I tell you. But I'm so glad I got I was the first time I actually was able to bring my weather wall over here. And although I need to turn something off here, let me see here. I need to turn off that overlay here. Where are you? Trying to find it. Display. Oh, there. I think, is it that one? No, not that one. I'm trying to turn the thing off that does that overlay. I can't find it right now, but oh well. It is what it is. So check this out, guys. You got here, go over here to the wall again, right near Auburn and Trope. Showing this is 60 mile per hour wind sitting in here, right in this little blue area coming in between Auburn and Sinet as this is coming off toward these. This one here is moving about 45 miles per hour. So as this continues to move off toward the east, you're going to see some very gusty winds in there. This is strong enough to probably set off maybe some minor power outages and stuff. This is moving on through. And yeah, you notice my little yellow there. It is not a good thing for a green weather wall, but oh well, gotta do what you gotta do, right? You can see through it a little bit. Roisin, yes, I'm gonna keep saying that until I get it down right, man. Roisin, I will get it down, Roisin. Thank you for watching. So let's pull back out of here again. Looks like that winds are actually out ahead of that wall. It looks like almost dead center of that ball, right about in here. That's where you're probably looking at something maybe in there causing some issues. But we got multiple tornado warnings, folks. We got this one goes for another 26 minutes. This one for another 25. Got 25 on that one, 25 on that one. So you got multiple spin-ups all up along that line. All right, you got these little eddies here. And let me clear that out real quick. Let me clear that real quick. There you go. So, yeah, you got one down here, looks like. I don't know what this long one's looking for. This is a very long cell in here. This one for sure down near Auburn, that one's definitely looking like something right in there. And I see where Brandon, he's kind of behind the activity now. He's just kind of in the rain right now. That's a bad place to chase up there. That's not one of the better places to go storm chasing because it's kind of hilly, a lot of trees in that area. Can't see very well, so my hat's off to Brandon for going up there. And Brandon's out on YouTube, by the way. You can find him out on the YouTube channel. Is that an unusual area for tornadoes? Not really for this time of year, but this is the remnants of Beryl. So you got a lot of spin there, additional spin in the atmosphere. So it's not that unusual to see that, really, to be honest with you. But especially with a tropical system that's been moving up that way. So no, I'd say it's not that unusual. And in fact, as we get deeper into the hurricane season, if we get more landfalling systems, you're going to see that. These storms have got a pretty good history of some pretty good winds because I could see that with some of the wind reports through here. Here's another one. Here's another one over here. Several wind reports, pretty good damaging winds with this stuff. The last one here was showing trees down in Waterloo, one large tree falling on the house. God, you hate seeing that. And I mean, I'm a homeowner. You don't want to see somebody's house get messed up, that's for sure. But these are pretty good storms here. Definitely lighting up very nicely indeed. And I tell you, when you go over and take a look at the satellite imagery on this stuff, especially the infrared, you can see how high some of these storm tops are. So you can see, so we're talking some pretty hefty thunderstorms that are moving through here right now with the high cloud tops. That infrared imagery, you can see the really high cloud tops with these storms as they're blowing through New York State right now. So that's what's setting them off. One thing about the storms, and especially when you get into the summertime, they can really get up there in the atmosphere, especially with the daytime heating. You got a lot of pretty good heat. You got a lot of latent heat available. The Cape availability, that's kind of like fuel for the fire for these storms. So the air is very buoyant. Doesn't take a whole lot to get it going. You bring in a landfalling tropical system with some spins on there, and yeah, you're gonna get more of that stuff. That's for sure. So anyway, like I said, I really wasn't planning to do any kind of severe weather as a big deal to try to get like viewership or try to get new subscribers today. Today was kind of a test thing to see if my full screen for this platform works well. Looks like it's working well, although I still need to work on getting some additional lights. I think lighting is still a problem. I might bring these two other lights that I'm using for the wall and move them to bring in here a little bit. Move this old junk one out of the way and just have 3 lights that are down on me. And then I might get me I think what I'm going to try to do is get a photography light and kind of blast the crud out of that wall and see if that'll help with my keying a little bit. But it'll make it a little bit easier for you. Hey, if you're passing on through, before you go ahead and leave, please do me a favor. Please give me a thumbs up, and if you consider subscribing to the channel. I'll be honored to have you on board here on the Weather Nerds channel. Yours truly is trying to build this channel from scratch, bit by bit, day by day. We're going to get there, folks, especially with your help. If you got any feedback you'd like to see in your channel, because this is the way I look at it, folks. This is your channel. So if you like to help the guy with the channel, hey, just come on board here and give us a little love. I do appreciate it. All right, again, very active severe weather day here up into parts of the upstate of New York as expected. This was kind of the target zone for today. In fact, that's where the enhanced area for severe weather was for today. You can kind of see this here on the day 1 outlook. You see that orange area. That's exactly where we're seeing the tornado warnings and stuff come in for today. And the tornado parameters for today were also showing, getting close to about 10% in that same area. So that's where we're seeing the active severe weather, right where you would expect for this time of year, is we're kind of seeing that lighting up all across the upstate of New York, almost getting close to Vermont. It's actually getting in there as well. Got a new severe thunderstorm warning that just came out here. Let's go check this one out. I'll check down here to the lower radar here for a second. Let's check on this one. This one needs to be watched just looking at the radar signature. Possible tornado. This one is northwestern Langham County in north central Pennsylvania and southern Tioga County in north central Pennsylvania. It goes till 4:30. This storm was located over Cedar Run, moving northeast at 60-mile-per-hour winds and nickel-sized hail. And let's go check out the high velocity in this one as well. Let me get out of that real quick. And let me loop this and just kind of eyeballing a little bit. It's got some rotation in there. Not tornadic yet, but it's spinning around right through here. So got to watch that closely, see if that potentially becomes tornadic. It's moving into a good environment. It definitely could, potentially, that's for sure. And you see all these warnings stretch all the way back into Pennsylvania. Here's the other one down here near between Altoona and Huntington, to say the least. So as I take this kind of a far out look here, you can see that whole line. But again, the main tornado threat over these storms up here, the very robust thunderstorms, all up and down the wall, all up and down the area right through there. So, I mean, they show up so nicely indeed. I mean, you can just the fact that you see all the warnings here as these stuff is lifting up. You're getting a lot of spin in here, to say the least. So we got the warning here, got warning here, warning here, warning here. So we got 3 of them in here. This is moving off. So what's happening is you're getting these winds that are turning. They're turning in the upper levels. So it's added. That's your spin. That's your helicity in there a little bit. So as that continues to move on, see where it kind of does that little thing. Oh, I'm looking straight, it doesn't do that. But when I turn sideways, it does. So I don't know. Well, I got to figure the lighting issue out with this wall. That's the only thing I got to work on. But clearly, very loud line. Anything out of here, Utica, any of these cities right up in between here, with this line back here, got to be careful as this moving off toward the east. About 45 miles per hour as that's moving on to the east there with that cell. So that's the one thing I got to figure out how to do with that. And I'm not making any friends today on the channel. I'm like somebody likes, somebody unlikes, somebody likes, somebody unlikes. I think it's gone back and forth. Oh, I lost another one. Oh no, I'm bleeding. Oh, that's okay. That's all right. That's okay. All right. But anyway, the new shorts are coming up here very shortly. I've got a few new hurricane shorts that'll also be coming up. Oh, new warning just came out. Let's take a look at this one. Let's take a look at this new one. This is part of that same complex of storms down in here. This one is radar indicated. This one is for north central Cayuga County and goes for northwestern Onondaga County. This goes until 4:15. Tornado was located over Sinet and over near Auburn, moving east at 35. So I hope folks are taking heed here. I hope they are taking cover. That's for darn sure. Looks like this will be near New York State Fairgrounds, Galeville, and up near Syracuse around 4:05. Yeah, I think I pissed some people off. I was getting too goofy there. I apologize for that. That's okay. You learn. You live and you learn, right? That's the whole mantra here. If you got any questions, please don't hesitate to put them down below. As I can pull up your questions like here, like Rasheen was doing. If you got a question, I can pull it up there and I can answer your question there if you got something. And again, if you got any feedback, please, by all means, don't hesitate to go in there and let us know. Let's look at the velocity mode here. Look at the high-res velocity again here again. Doesn't show up very well on the high-res velocity. You kind of see a little bit of spin. You see that? See that little spin here coming up? Looks like right through here, getting ready to cross into, heading toward Van Buren, Baldwin. That's got to be watched very closely through there. So quite a bit of rotation being seen there in the upper levels. So yeah, that is not good to see that. Now again, these tornado warnings, if anything does drop, they're going to be fairly weak. EF0 to EF1 tornadoes is what I predominantly think we're going to be seeing with this, just by looking at what we're seeing as far as the dynamics, the amount of wind energy that's there. But again, that line following system. We'll switch over to this radar here. Double check. Well, that's a crappy radar. That Burlington radar looks like junk. Ugh. I wish all radars are not the same, unfortunately. This one might be too far away to see. Well, that one's looking pretty well. Actually, you can see that good. Yeah, this one just moved to this is moving through a kind of a, going to the mountains right through here. So it's near the Aliquine Peak, Mount Marcy. Seeing some very good rotation right through there right now. So probably going to see another warning here. That's almost out. Look at the speed on that. You see it rotating, showing up very nicely indeed. Look at the rotation. And they're cutting back the box. There you go. And that's what I would have done as well. That shows up very, very nice. Look at that thing. That's pretty good there. Come on, go away. I got to turn that thing off. But yeah, here's the rotation. You can see it kind of spinning as it come up in here. It looks like it got a little stronger, a little stronger. It looks like it's at its strongest right now as this is coming through. So I think we're going to see a new tornado warning here out ahead of this here very shortly coming in here. So let me go in a little closer here again. Yeah, Elizabethtown, Lewis. This is a lot of wilderness area out here, a lot of campgrounds and stuff in that part of New York State. So definitely folks need to be careful in that area right now, to say the least. So let's get over here. Let's go to high rect. All righty. Yeah, I learned my lesson. I had to bring it down a notch, you spaz. It's okay. It's like, yeah, man, I lost 4 subscribers because I was being an idiot. That's okay. All right. So anyway, if you guys got any, again, as folks are coming through here, coming in and coming out, if you got any questions, please don't hesitate to drop me a question in the chat box there so I can pull up your stuff. If you are a subscriber, thank you for subscribing. And if you consider subscribing, I would appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right, let's look at the base reflector. Ugh, crappy. Now, these radars up in the Northeast they're not very good. I'll tell you that. They are not very good at all. I don't even have a high resolution storm velocity on these storms up here, probably because they don't get them very often in that part of the of New York State. Probably that, but the Weather Service is doing upgrades. They're working on it. They're trying to get more of their stuff up. I think tomorrow afternoon, I'm gonna make my trip up to Radar Omega. I think I'm gonna go over and talk to those guys a little bit. But I gotta work. The one thing I gotta do with that wall is I gotta figure out the lighting problem. There's still, I'm getting a glare coming off the green light. I might go with a green wall. I might give me some paint, some flat green paint, and try that. I think that might help with the glare. So that's something else. I might go to Home Depot tomorrow and get me some more green tape, green paint. Just give me a quart. Now I'll do just a flat green paint. I don't want any shine on it whatsoever because I don't want the light to deflect off it. I think that's what I'll probably end up doing. I'll take that green paper thing I got on there off and take it down. See what Brandon's seeing up here. Checking on Brandon real quick. He's in the rain. Be careful there, Brandon. Switch over to that radar. Whoops, switch over to this. This is the best radar right there for sure. You can always tell how good the radar is if you look at the how the signature looks like. If it's very pixelated, that's usually a good indication. Usually the further from the radar, they get a little pixelated. So you can always tell the radar type by there. So we'll keep an eye and see what Brandon is trying to chase down that storm that's out ahead of him. Let's see, like they said, let's see the storm relative. Yeah, it's hard to see in there. Looks like maybe something right here near Weed Sport. Right through there as this is kind of moving off this way. So, Van Buren, Solvay, Cumulus, all those three areas need to be careful. What also happen with these kind of storms is that they will sometimes they'll hopscotch. They'll piggyback up and down. So I'm only doing this on the YouTube channel. I'm not doing this on the Facebook page today. So, but yeah, I clearly got a lighting problem. I'm going to do. I think again, I'm going to get some paint. I'm going to get some green paint and go with that up against my wall. I don't know if my wife will appreciate it, but we'll give it a shot. We'll see how it works. I think it'll work out pretty fine. Look at the big area here, though. It's definitely all up here into the northeast. For some reason, I was looking at the stuff down here for the warnings and stuff, and for some reason they're not updating. I'm not exactly sure why. So what I'm going to do here, because this is yesterday's, I have no idea why. Pivotal Weather is one of those sites that I use for the warnings and stuff, and I mean that's old. That's not even current. So not sure why that is like that. So I'll have to log into my other thing and do that real quick. So let me get this set up here. Again, I kind of did this half-cocked as I was coming back from my VA appointment. And so we're just kind of testing the wall here a little bit. My wireless mic, oh, hey, Rasheen, I didn't tell you that. I don't know if you saw, I meant to say this. That mic problem I was having the other night when we were doing the coverage, the reason why I was having it was that there was these little plastic covers on the electrodes on the inside of that box I couldn't see, and it couldn't charge. So I had to... All I had to do was take the things off. They work fine. They hold a charge now and should not be a problem anymore. So there's that. So oops, go back over here. All right, hey, I got this going. Yeah, so that was my fault with the stuff yesterday. So anyway, let me show you where the watches and warnings are real quick. Let me turn one thing off here. I don't like having the radar on top of this because it makes it kind of difficult to see. So let's show you this real quick, and I'm going to go in a little closer. There we go. Not that close. There we go. So here goes the watches and warnings here. You can see here there's the tornado watches up here till 9 o'clock Eastern, up across New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and then we got a severe thunderstorm watch down south of this, which goes down into Pennsylvania, into Maryland, and also into Virginia. Now, the activity there hasn't quite fired off just yet. Turn that radar back on. It's just kind of getting going right now down in that part of it, but that'll start building here through this afternoon. So areas, the major cities such as Washington, D.C., heading down toward Richmond, maybe getting near Philadelphia, not too far from Philadelphia, might be a little bit under the gun. But that is where our current watches are, and they'll probably start trimming those watches back a little bit from from west to east as that line starts to go on by. So that is currently that. We took that down right there. Again, kind of watching the severe weather here across the northeast and mid-Atlantic, really. And there's also some activity out in the west, too. We might go out there. There's some other stuff out here in Des Moines. There's actually some pretty hefty storms out here as well. So I'll try to watch both these areas here for the severe weather. They got some pretty good storms out here in Iowa. Pretty good squall line there. You see a couple of these warnings out here. They're all 60-mile-per-hour wind and 1 hail. Not high on the tornado threat here for that part of the country, but I already see some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts out here. Measured with nearly an inch of rain in 30 minutes. Wow, that's some pretty good gully washers out there in Iowa. And you see some more storms up there in Iowa and Minnesota as well. A little upper level disturbance that's causing this. This is a little upper level disturbance that's kind of diving down. That's what's causing that headache there. Oh, God, I didn't see that. Oh, that's a new tornado warning. That's that one I was looking at earlier. God bless, that came up fast. That was the one I was talking about just a minute ago here. Radar indicated here, this is for southeastern Tioga County until 4:15. This one just came out 3 minutes ago. A severe thunderstorm producing a tornado was located over Morse, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. 30 miles per hour. So we got a pretty good cell there. Let's look over at the velocity mode on this one. Take a look again. And I'll start spinning it up here. Let me get this going here. Kind of see it spinning a little bit. Yeah, it's not too. Let me look at the storm relative velocity. Switch that with that. See the difference here. Yeah, that's a little bit better. A little bit better spinning up and through there. Absolutely. So you can kind of see that pretty well right through there. I really got to turn that off. That is really ticking me off. Where is that darn thing? I want to turn that off. No, not that one. That's not it. It's got to be a media thing, but I don't see it anywhere. Oh, hold on a second. I'm on the wrong one here. I'm just trying to turn that thing off. Where are you? I don't know. Beats the crap out of me. No idea where it goes. But we can do it. Here's that new warning right here. You can see the spin up right through here. See the greens and the reds. So they got rotation right through the middle of this county as it's kind of moving off toward the east. So Covington, Blue, this is going to move out of this. This is kind of a short one. And they typically do that because most tornadoes, when it comes to these type of situations, they're kind of short-lived. But it wouldn't surprise me if you see a warning that comes out toward Covington and Bluesburg here as this is moving off toward the northeast at about 40 miles per hour. So they're moving at a pretty good clip there. Could see that here very, very shortly with that. So going a little bit closer here, just kind of highlight some of the stuff, some of the places in this. So we're talking about Beryl, Town Hollow, Draper, Brownlee, Duncan, Round, looking up toward Round Top. That's definitely a possibility there. Maple Hill. So we got some little cities and stuff in here that folks need to be very well aware of. Hopefully they're taking shelter, especially if they're in like a trailer, a mobile home, that kind of thing. Those are the worst things to be in. Absolutely the worst. Let's go back up here and check up on these cells up here to the north. We got still got these tornado warnings up here. A lot of these signatures, I'm gonna be honest with you, on the looking at the cross level on this are not very good. They're fairly weak. So I'm gonna switch over here. I'm gonna look at my other storm here. Whoops. I'm not Texas. Well, oh, here we go. Let me go to Pennsylvania here. So what I'm looking over my other source here, kind of dragging and looking to see if I see any actual true TVSs in here, and I'm not seeing them. So let's go up here to this radar. We got some rotation on that, a little bit, but not that bad. So here's the side by side here. So I'm kind of looking at this right now. Hey James, you sent me a video link to your email. Check it out when you get a chance. Oh sure, I'll take a look at it. Thank you, James. Appreciate it. Not a problem. I'll take a look at that. But not seeing the classic little setup here. I see rotation in some of these. That one over there a little bit. I'm turning off the skits here a little bit, but yeah, I'm not seeing Yeah, I'm not seeing that in there. So just kind of double checking the stuff right now. These are all going to be fairly weak signatures. But it only takes that one, man. You get that one to hit your house, you definitely got to care. Yeah. So the warnings up here to the north have gone bye-bye. That's good to see. And we've got these 3 down here to the south. So, and I'm not sure why my counter's not working. That's the other thing I got to fix. That's what I get for going into this half-cocked. I was a little half-cocked going on. Sound is going in and out. Okay. I'll tell you what, we'll switch off over to the other microphone. Okay, how about that? That should work a little better. Like I said, this is, I don't know why the sound would be going in and out on that. I mean, these are fully charged up. So maybe they're still not that good, even though they're holding a charge now. Hey, what's up there? Good to see you guys. Storm Chaser Extraordinaire from Minnesota's in the house. Alrighty, yeah. Wall's working well. But, oh, you know what? I never did put the sock back on it. That might be part of the problem, too. Yeah, I was reading up on the device. It was telling me that you definitely want to make sure the windsock's on there. So I did not have the windsock on this thing. Whoops. But it should be fully charged. I'm not sure how long the charge holds on it. Yeah, going out when you went out when I got up. Was that what happened? Like I said, it's supposed to have a windsock on it, so I'm going to put the sock back on here. I'm just trying to fool with it right now. Yeah, I've been fooling around with my thing all day today. Yeah, we get a little bit of breakout in the tropics for right now, but I don't think it's going to last. There's just a tremendous amount of Saharan dust out there right now, but there we go. I think, well, no, it's still coming up. Come on, you booger. There we go. There we go. See, looks like a little Ferengi, or I mean Tribble, not Ferengi. Track thing going on here. Alrighty then. I'm gonna leave this on for just a little bit longer. Give it a shot. See how it works out here a little bit. Good to see everybody here this afternoon. I tell you, the day that we were watching all that coverage on Monday, God, I hit the wall, man. I got so tired. I was dead. And thank you for that new subscriber there, getting my count back up here. I do appreciate you subscribing to the channel. If you are passing through, please consider giving me a thumbs up and a like there. It really helps with the algorithm a little bit. I'm a little late to the show, folks. I will concurrently admit that. I'm a little late. I had a VA appointment today that I had to attend, so I was a little late getting back in here. I would have probably planned to start this a couple hours sooner. Still going in and out, huh? All right. I tell you what, let me do this real quick. Hold on. I need y'all to let me know how this goes, because if it's going in and out on both of them, then I got to make sure it's out. I don't know if it's because the plug-in is in the back. I do not know. But here, this is the other. I got 2 of these, so I put the other one back on its charger. So let me put the windsock on this one, and then you guys can tell me if this one's doing the same thing. If it's doing the same thing, then it's definitely going back to Amazon. I saw another YouTuber who's using the same darn thing, and they seemed to work well for them. I don't know why it's causing me so much problems. Maybe I just got a bad one. Could be. So, all right, I got this one. Here's the other one. So this one has been on the charger for a while. So, all right, now I've switched over to this one. So we'll see if this one does the same thing. So if it does there, Rasheen, let me know. Just put it there in the comments and let me know if it's coming in and out for us there. So anyway, hey, welcome to our severe weather coverage here on the Weather Nerds channel. I'm your host, Greg Majeski. We are a new channel, or a growing channel, and we're trying to get our act together one day at a time, one step at a time. And we appreciate you kind of checking in here as we're watching the severe weather here across New York State here for this afternoon. And we've got multiple warnings here, and this is just getting going, folks, because this is going to go for a little while, to say the least. You got this tornado watch box that's currently up until about till 9 o'clock tonight, and you got that severe thunderstorm watch south of there. Now, stuff down toward Virginia and Maryland hasn't really fired just yet, but it's coming. It'll get still going in and out. And an echo. Okay, all right. So we pretty much determined that this stuff. Oh, you know what? It's echoing because of that. I had both microphones on. All right, try it now. Let's see how that's working now. I don't know if it's interference from the microphone, but yeah, I had both of them turned on. I turned the other one off there. Yeah, you have both of them on. You're really getting a stereo effect going there. All right, we'll see. We'll see how this one works out here for just a little bit longer. But I like to have the wireless one. I mean, I know that this microphone here can pick me up over at the wall, but I don't know how it sounds. If it sounds like an echo or something. The one thing I'm definitely gonna have to invest in here, a couple things. I want to get some additional lighting in here for that wall. That's number one. And I definitely need to just go ahead and just splurge for a more expensive microphone where I sound a little bit better. You know. Just I think we're at the point now where I need to do that. Sounds good now. Well, thank you, James. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Hey, if you're coming through the channel and if you're not already a subscriber, please consider the subscribe. Give me a thumbs up on the like button here, as kind of helps with the algorithm a little bit as we do a little bit of coverage. I'm a little late to the game on this, and there's a lot of folks on YouTube streaming right now. I know there's quite a few folks. I was looking earlier when I was at my VA appointment, and I was like, I'm a little late to the game on this one, to say the least. But these pretty good healthy thunderstorms, and you're probably getting some pretty good storm totals on. Let's take some of the some of the rain totals on this. Ooh, yeah, look at that. That's some pretty good heavy rains in here up near the. We'll check out some of this rain totals. That's pretty good. I mean, look at that, 4, 5 inches, 5 inches. Yeah, they got some pretty good paths here with some of these storms. 3 inches, 3.5 inches. Yeah, that's right near the radar site too. Some pretty good hefty rains up there. They're definitely getting their manners full. Your grind. Well, I hope so. I try. We're gonna get better. One day at a time. We're gonna get there better. And the next storm, I'm really gonna be looking at doing some new stuff. Now that I got my wall up, the next thing I did order, I got a remote that's coming. I got a remote that's coming. To where I can advance the slides as I want to. So what I might do is actually do a full wall version not only for severe weather, but for the tropics as well. So I can kind of go back and forth. I can talk radar. I can talk whatever. I still need to come to the desk sometimes, obviously, because I got to drive myself every now and then. But I'll be able to do stuff with the wall and stuff. So, new tornado warning just came out. New tornado warning. New tornado warning. This one's for southeastern Seneca County and southwestern Cayuga County. Goes till 4:30. Storm capable of producing a tornado was located over Kiters, or 16 miles northeast of Ithaca, moving northeast at 30. All right, let's look at the high resolution velocity on this one. Oh yeah, got some spin in there for sure. Right near the lightning thread too. You see that pretty well on there, pretty nicely. Let's go take a look at this over at the wall again. And I'll turn that thing off once I figure out where it's at. I can't seem to find it on the rundown menu. So, but here's our spin right through here, right near the inner Lincoln area. See the lightning near the lightning near our tornado signature is pretty normal to see that. And thanks, James. I appreciate you there coming on. Become a subscriber member there. But near Genoa Lock here, we're going to be kind of moving up this direction here. With that storm, it's again not a very highly populated area through here. And thanks for that new subscriber. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. But I tell you, one other thing I'm looking forward to is when I can do the advanced stuff when I'm over here at the wall doing this kind of coverage for you guys. Is that the OBS speed display I'll put over here on the side monitor, so I'll actually be able to interact a little bit better with you guys with it over here like that. So instead of just looking at this one image, I'll be able to look at the whole thing. So I can actually look at questions that pop up, people subscribe. I can actually not acknowledge names from over here. But again, I got to wait for that clicker to come in. That's the next thing coming in here shortly. And that'll be a nice little plus. I don't know of a lot of YouTubers out there that could do the dual thing that I'm trying to do here. So I'm hoping that becomes something that folks are familiar with, because you work in the TV business as I did for the years that I did, and we got I want to check on this still up here too. This is really interesting because whenever you see a signature like this, you see where it kind of comes in and kind of bolts out like that. That's a pretty good indication you got something spinning around right in there. It shows up pretty nicely on a reflectivity mode. It's not showing up too well on the velocity nor on the storm relative. Well, a little bit on the storm relative. Just you're not seeing that tight red on green. That's what makes tracking tornadoes when they're weak are hard. Very difficult to do. But you can get weak spin ups, EF0, EF1 types tornadoes. They can still do some damage here, but looks like Brandon's getting in position. He's trying to run down this storm right here as he's getting closer to that storm. So again, hey, welcome folks here to the Weather Nerds YouTube channel. I'm your host, Greg Majeski, trying to build a nice little weather channel for you guys. If you got any questions, please go ahead and Brick Tamlin level. Yeah, I just put that in there actually just recently. I'm glad you found that. Putting that for subscribers in there and stuff. What I'm thinking about doing with the different levels is with some of my shorts, I may make them just specifically for the members that come on and support the channel. I might do that at some point once we get a little more traction. So that's coming. We'll see how it works out. If you passing through, if you do me a favor, please leave a thumbs up if you can. If you consider subscribing, it'd be an honor to bring you on board here as a member of the Weather Nerds family. And it helps with the algorithm. And I was a little late getting onto this because I was at a VA doctor's appointment, unfortunately. And but I'm really excited about the where we're going here, especially with our weather wall and everything that's going on. I can't see that very well in there. Neither one of these are showing up too well. This one's showing up even less likely. Let's go over to, yeah. It's what I'm seeing when I'm looking here. I'm seeing some spin in here, but I'm just not seeing. Well, this one's looking a little better on this one. That one's a little bit better. You kind of see up here. You look for the winds going away and toward the radar. But this is relatively weak. So I see 42 there. I see maybe 10 over here. So it's like 50-mile-per-hour winds. So again, weak spin-ups. And that is not unusual when we're talking about. Now, this one looks a little more healthy. This one looks nice. Yeah, this one for sure looks a lot nicer up here. This one, yeah, 63-mile-per-hour winds in that one. Yeah, we got to go back to the wall on that one. Actually, let's go back over the wall here real quick. That's looking pretty healthy. Yeah, you can see that real quick. Come on, get out of the way. Thank you. All right, so anywhere in here, you're getting about 60-mile-per-hour winds. So this is the clusters that are going toward the radar. This is going away from the radar. So you get a nice little spin up right in here. So Pulaski, Richland, Orwell, anywhere in the path right in this general area, these two communities here, hopefully they're heating, and they have a nice NOAA weather radio, which we're going to be giving away. We only got to go to 5,000, so we're at 4095. When we get to 5,000, I got 8 weather radios I'm going to give away here. So this kind of moves up here. Yeah, it's a pretty good rotation in there. That's not looking bad. Not looking bad at all. Absolutely. Let me go zoom in a little closer. Farmer's Corner. Yeah, that's pretty. Some of the interstate overlays are not lighting up on this today. I might have to go back into Radar Omega and update that because I'm not seeing my overlays like I'm supposed to. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got 5 tornado warnings that are lined up here, right along that line, and they're all fairly weak. The one here on the north end looks like the strongest. That one right there, but the rest of these look fairly weak. There's one here also down. Here's one more down here in Pennsylvania. Oof, trying to stay up on this is tough, man. I got another one down here as well. Is my alerts coming on? I'm not even sure. Is that volume up? No, volume's up. All right, got to double check my my settings. Let's see what's going on with that. See that whole line right through there. Yeah, I don't have everything up. Don't have everything up like I normally have it. Yeah, you see all this kind of gives you the big picture again. There's all the watches and warnings, and there's all the warnings you're currently seeing in that area. So that is definitely a hot zone today. Let me see if my where's my other thing here? I'm looking for my Futurecast. I'm trying to find here. That's what we collect. That's what I like to call it anyway. Futurecast or your model data. That's what I like to look at here. See what the model data is showing here. The latest high resolution model. That's what I'm looking for real quick. Well, wow, man. This thing's been acting kind of squirrely. Oh, there it is, simulator radar. Let me get this all set up here. We'll look at the simulator radar. I'm going to look at the northeast real quick. So we could switch over to that area, the northeast. There we go. Let's switch this over to composite reflectivity. Yeah, so kind of give you a good look-see here. So let's look and see this, what we're kind of expecting here over the next few hours. So there's your storms here progressing through, again, in the eastern portions of New York Strait, going through Vermont and stuff. Should be clearing off here in the next few hours. So you see the timestamp there by 10 o'clock. That's in the upper right-hand corner, kind of coming in through New Hampshire and Vermont. And then activity on the southern part of this through eastern Pennsylvania doesn't look that bad. I know the watch doesn't go that far, and I can see why, because it's at its most intense here between 7 and 8 o'clock. And then as it goes off to east, because once they lose that daytime heating, it definitely goes downhill from there. But looking down toward Virginia a little bit, and I can move this a little bit. Let me let you see that. We'll kind of shift this up a little bit, so just move this over a little bit, transition over here. You can see the activity kind of building backward down toward Virginia, but that's a pretty small area there. So I know the Storms Prediction Center put something up, but I don't know. I don't really think it's gonna be too big a deal down there. Hey, G Bro, what's up? South Bend, Indiana, boy, you guys got clobbered there, didn't you, with those storms? Yeah, I tell you, I was very upset yesterday. I could not get on here, and it was not me. 100% not me. It was YouTube. It was not letting me in. I could not stream. I kept trying. It just wouldn't work. So I'm not sure what the deal was. It wasn't on my end, that's for sure. Let me take this back down. Whoop. So we got a number of these warnings, folks. Again, I'm going to go back over here to Storm. We're going to scan every one of them here. I'm looking at the high res. All these look weak. This is whatever was in this one looks like it's moving out. So you got a little bit of spin on that one. They're not overly impressive signatures. There's a little spin over here on this one, coming up till Newfield, Ithaca. Got to watch these two areas here with the storms to get a little more center here for you guys. This one looks pretty decent. That looks decent. That's the best one I've seen. Oops, sorry, let me take a screenshot there. That's looking pretty good. That's a pretty good sell right there. Wet Weeks Corner, Genoa, East Venice. Let's see what these winds look like in here. 47, 48, 49, 59 there, and 21, 22 miles away. So that's not too bad. That's about 80, 90 mile per hour winds as far as wind shear. You take the winds going away and toward the radar, you add them together, boom, you get your wind speed on what may be possibly tornadic. So that is there. Let's look up here toward the north. Again, we got one storm chaser, only one showing up out there today. I give Brad a lot of credit, man. That dude is on every one of these things. Looks like near Salina. Looks like it's coming out of that one warning box. That looks like right through there. Again, red and green, way in toward the radar. We're seeing right there. And then we'll pull back out here to this other one. Again, coming into the Richland area. Broad circulation, but right through here. I just updated there, new image. Coming up through Orville, Richland, Chautauqua, I guess that's what they call them. I'm not sure what Indian name that is. I know I'll butcher the crap out of them. Again, this warning here is for South Central Jefferson, West Central Lewis, Northwestern Osago till 4:45. Look at all that. Just plain old warnings down here into Pennsylvania. Let me switch back over to reflectivity mode again. Switch back over. Oops, something on the business phone. Oh, it's Kim Russell here. Hold on a second. I got to answer this question real quick. Hey, Gray. Okay, got it. All right, something to worry about for me later. Just not today. Anyway, let's see here. Let's go back over here. Let's get this going again. Hey, if you got any questions, please don't hesitate to drop the line. Put it down below. Be more to interact with you guys. If not, if you're just passing through, Again, just let us know what you think, and appreciate the feedback. Appreciate the support. As always, let's go back up to this radar here. This one's crappy. This one, the Burlington radar, is just absolute garbage. But interesting, here, one thing I will show out here, one thing you can notice, see how this is going this way and this is kind of going this way where they kind of collide? That's where you could sometimes get something to spin up there. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Because if I was ready to do this, like if I didn't have that stuff earlier, I would have put a time up. I would have scheduled it. I would have gone through the whole rigmarole. I would have had all my bells and whistles up, which I do not have up right now. And I would have been more ready to go for this today. We'll stay on here for a little bit today. But I'm very pleased that the weather wall is working pretty good, although I still got to figure out that whole lighting issue. God bless it. It's got a little bit of reflection on there. I just got to figure out how to get rid of. Let's get this going again here. Watch for these four. I want to find this real quick. Where is this stupid thing? That's the clock test. That's that. That's that. I'm just checking to see where this thing's at here. Not that one. That's the subscribe album. Chat's up. Subscriber alert stays. That stays. Subscribe test. I think it's this one. I think. Yep, that's it. Found it. Ah, ha, ha. Turned it off. Good. Just didn't want to have that come up every time. There we go. All right. Thank you. I just wanted to get that little stupid thing out of the way. So what happens when I come over here, I got two white lights. I got one here. I got one over here on the side. And you can see this kind of white hue that comes up on here. So I got to figure out the lighting if I'm going to do the green screen correctly. Maybe a little bit better when it's darker outside. I maybe got some natural light bleeding in here a little bit. But at least I can go up here and I can illustrate the storms and stuff. I don't think it might be the wall. If I flatten it out a little bit, I don't know. I'll have to figure this out. 1, 2, 3, 4. So anyway, that's my little issue I got to work out. I got to figure that out. But we shall figure this out close. What I should have done, if I had figured out my lighting problem and my microphone issues that obviously were kind of troubleshooting, growing pains, right? Then I'd have something better prepared for Radar Omega, which I really want to try to get some sort of partnership with those guys. So it's just one of those things. All right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, guys. I need to fix something on this stuff. I'm going to go ahead and shut this thing down for now. I appreciate you guys checking out, but keep looking for my updates on the stuff on there, and for the severe weather stuff. I might do a new outlook for tomorrow as well. Look for that being posted. But we got the wall thing figured out. I think we got the microphone things figured out. We just got to figure out the issues with the lighting. I got to work on that. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and shut this down, and we'll see you next